starve you in two. Come back here. Ah. Ah. Ah.
I hate summer. I hate the heat. I hate sweating. I hate the sun. I hate the heat. Did I say that already? I really, really hate the heat. And it gets really, really hot in the booth because any air vents that I've seen on any of these booths are fairly useless because they're really loud. And you can't record with the little fans on because they're loud and obnoxious. So, saw a video from Booth Junkie, and I must say I feel totally sorry for him because his air apparently went out, and I can't live without air conditioning. I'm sorry. I can't. First world problems. I will go to a hotel. I'm not going to sit in my own house and swim in my own sweats. Just not happening. So more power to him for sticking it out and using a fan. Of course, a link, if I remember, to his video where he uses a slightly bigger fan. It looks like about yay big. So I went about looking for my own solution to this nasty stinky problem, and I saw this little guy. It's on right now. Probably hear it as I get it closer to the mic, but it's on the lowest setting right now. It's fairly small. It's got settings. Let's see, it's got 3 speed settings, so you can put it on 2. It feels really good. And high-powered hurricane mode. It feels really good. Anyway, I'll turn that back on low. And it's got a timer, so it is pretty quiet when you sit it off to the side. Like me, I'll run out and forget that it's even on. So the timer comes in handy. You can put it on for 1 hour, 2 hours? Yeah, 2 hours, or 4 hours. So I'll just set it on for 1 hour. I'm probably going to turn this off, but also you get a little cord here that it plugs into my, pay no attention to the mess. My desk is a hot mess right now. I don't even know if I'm catching that. It's just plugged into my USB port right here. Ignore my mail, please. This little USB port. But it's also battery powered. And that's not all. It slices, it dices, it stirs and fries. Because guess what else it does? That's right. It's magnetic. And it sticks. Wherever you need it. It's fantastic. There's a little vinyl thing here, and it's sticking. Can't even see it. Okay. It's sticking through the vinyl. It's fantastic. Now, me and my infinite wisdom, I have this lovely vest hanging up to diffuse some of the sound bouncing off of my door, because it is a metal door. So I would have to be, if I was going to use this little guy, I gotta move it around here. Am I getting this? I have to move it around a little bit, but this head swivels, so I could point it wherever. I can't close the door all the way because you'll not be able to see anything because I don't have lights in here. Headaches, remember? Yeah. It kind of makes a little bit of noise right here. Come here. But I can put it down here at my feet. That feels really good, actually. You can't see it because it's dark in here, but let me just stay quiet here. Maybe we can hear. My mic is slightly pointed down at me, and I put the fan down here at my feet. Feels really good blowing up my skirt. I'm not gonna lie, it feels good. I'm not wearing a skirt. I'm completely lying. I'm wearing shorts. No, I'm not going to show you. See, now I can hear it. I can hear it going. It's quiet, but I can definitely still hear it. So I don't know how well that would work while recording, but you can kind of hear. And I'm just gonna let it go for a second so you can kind of hear. I'm going to turn it off, the second setting. Here's hurricane mode. That's the highest it goes. And I would never record with this doing this, but that first setting, I wonder if I could get away with it. And it's off. So just give it a minute. The door is also cracked, which I don't normally record with it cracked, obviously, because I want to keep the noise out, but just so that we can have some light in here. Let there be light. I'll turn the little fan back on. I love this thing. So you can definitely still hear it. I put it down on my by my feet again. And we'll see. Just gonna let it run for a minute. So here we go. I'm gonna take my new little friend with me. Love this thing. Compared to the other fans, the ventilation system that you have to pay extra for to have put in thing on the outside of the booth with the fans stuck on it and the holes put in it. I mean, it costs extra to have those things put on just to not be able to use them. So never would I ever until they come up with some miraculous silent ventilation system. I think even Whisper Room's vent system is not quiet, so people, even with the expensive Whisper Rooms, people still can't run their ventilation systems while they're recording. It's just too monstrously loud. And this thing, not having it. So this tiny little fan, it is polar. I mean, it's plasticky. This the 4 little magnets. Now, I wouldn't recommend waving the magnets around your, sensitive equipment and your computers and everything. Just sticking it on your door, or, under on a desk or whatever. Okay, just be careful where you're waving it around, because magnets, there's 4 of them. 1, 2, 3. And then you just plug it back into its little. I can't. My desk is a mess right now. Oh God, hot flaming mess right now. Ugh. So yeah, just plug that right back in there and enjoy the wonderful, wonderful breeze, because I hate sweating. All right, now let's see how our little tests worked out, shall we? Okay, settle down. You can hear my stomach. Okay, but this little chunk right in here, I can't see anything on the waveform. I can hear every other noise. My mouth noises. My stomach. And something with the door. But I can't hear that whine. So when this little fan is down at my feet, outside of the pickup range of the mic, I have my cat is super cardioid, so I kind of can't avoid any of that. It goes all the way around the mic, so it's probably a little harder for me to escape that the range of sensitivity on my mic. But if you have a dynamic, maybe you might be able to get away with having that going in the background, and then just run your. See, I didn't even have a what the hell is this called? The noise reduction. I didn't even have that enabled, so you could just have a little noise reduction going on in the background. Maybe it'll work for you. I would recommend testing it out with a very, very discerning ear if you were doing any kind of long recordings with it on, if you were going to try to use it. Okay, so that's just a real quick, you know, I'm not gonna go too much into it, but just a little something, because I hate to sweat, and I've gotten to where I really like this thing. Compared to the one that I did use, I have to unplug it because I have it wrapped up really short. This thing, you can also use this, it also runs on battery, but it's actual AA batteries. 4 of them. So, that gets a little much after a while. And it's really loud. It's really obnoxiously loud. And turn this little thing on, and it's smaller. It is smaller than this thing. But it is so much louder. I mean, it puts out a good amount of air. But for being such a teeny tiny little thing, it is loud, and I would never. I have actually used this thing because I get miserable when I'm recording my Let's Plays, and you can hear it in the background, and it's fairly distracting. The only saving grace that I have using this when I'm doing the Let's Plays is there's constant noise in the background because of the gameplay. There's music and background noise and all that stuff going on, so it's not as distracting, but it's pretty distracting. And you have to keep it plugged in because I'm not all about using 4 AA batteries every time I turn around. Oh my god, I feel like I'm yelling. Those back. Okay. So, yeah, this is my new favorite little buddy here. This tiny, teeny, tiny little quiet 3-speed timer setting magnetic fan. I love it, and I'm not getting paid for any kind of a review. I just happened to find it when I was looking for fans after watching Booth Junkie's video. So, in lieu of clicking on any kind of affiliate link or whatever, since I don't have one, Amazon, of course, some of you probably know, Amazon has their Amazon Smile, where any purchase that you make, qualifying purchases, will donate a certain percentage of your purchase to the charity of your choice. You can Google it or go to your Amazon Prime, and just type in the help. I'm sure you'll be able to find something on there to tell you about Amazon Smile, and you get to pick whatever charity you want. They have a laundry list of charities that you can pick from. I think you can type it in too. If you don't see it on the list, you can type it in. If you have a charity that you prefer, just type it in or look for it on their list and set it up, and then you go to the Amazon Smile link. They'll tell you how to do it. So you go to that link instead of just your Amazon link, and then it'll automatically process the whatever percentage of your purchase to the charity of your choice. And that would be a fantastic way to show your appreciation for showing you how not to sweat to death in a steaming hot sauna booth. It starts sweating. You're welcome. Please use Amazon Smile.